Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Grille, the Tier 5 German SPG, located on the north spawn of Prokhorovka. This one is under the commands of JuniorBritner13. Well, the player who recently third marked one of his vehicles, he's in the Tier 5 German with 2 marks of excellence on his barrel. Game on. Now, not a lot of players actually know that the Grille actually is one of 2 different types of German artillery that was actually named, basically, or designed to use the 15cm howitzer, but there's only one type of Grille that's actually at Tier 5, and this is the Grille Ausführung K. It's the one with the engine in the middle and the gun at the back. They did make a Grille Ausführung H based on the Panzer 38T chassis, or rather the 38T Ausführung M chassis, and that version was known as the Grille Ausführung H, and they built 210 of those before they built 179 of this version. Okay, he's found his firing position and he's decided to go over the railway line, and he's near the river. It's a bit of a surprise for some players when they actually realise that there are 2 different types of Grille. Obviously they've heard of the Grille 15 at Tier 10, but that's a tank destroyer. This is something slightly different. It's still got the name Cricket, as in the Grille. In fact, it's funny that the tank destroyer has the same name, but it was just the fact that Grille means cricket in German. Rounds out. Wasn't fully dialed in, that's why he didn't get the hit on the OI. Now it's Schwer Infanteriegeschütz 330. Trying to pronounce it. Auf Panzerkampfwagen 38 T Ausführung H is the other version. I just winged that one, splashed him for 91. Yes, it's a rather long name actually, but basically the original Grilles were issued to heavy infantry battalions as their artillery support, their support guns. And there was 2 different types. So the other version actually has the gun at the back, and or rather it has the engine at the back of the vehicle rather, and the gun at the front. So it looks quite different, but Wargaming haven't put that version into the game at all. Neither have they put the version of the Grille that's basically a refined or different version of the Hetzer. But that's got a completely different name altogether. And technically it is a Grille, but it's a different kind. Okay, Excelsior. That's out. This should hit. It does. 152. So no kills so far, but he has got 629 hit points of damage, and that Excelsior has received a number of 18 rounds right through the side, and unfortunately that Excelsior expires just before Junior Britner's shells arrive. Can you get a shot to the OI? I think so. Round up. Yeah, he's getting much more accurate now. The shots are hitting the target, and yet the OI's gone. So he's changing his aim to the top of the hill where there's a Churchill 3. Just got to let it dial in before you shoot. And one of the problems with the Grille is that it does have a very narrow arc of aim, which means if you move the vehicle slightly, you've got a balloon rescue all over again, and you have to start aiming all over again. And that can be a real pain. It's the same with some of the Soviet Artys as well. They do exactly the same. It just requires an awful lot of patience. It's basically a 10-degree arc, 5 degrees of the center line. You can see the gun actually does pivot, but very, very little. It's basically the same hull. The Grille Ausführung K was also used for the Marder 3. So you're much more likely to find a Marder with the same hull configuration, the Aslains K, than you are to see the actual Grille, the artillery. But there are some versions still around. Well, one tank down on the enemy at the moment. Snapshot on the VK, and he gets a direct hit. Trying to look to see where he actually hit that one. I think it landed on the turret, I think. Looks like it did. Oh, that one hit him in the rear. Well, it landed behind him, but tracked him. Actually, it wasn't the turret that last one hit. There's no mark showing on the turret. That's out. Direct hit. Right in the side of the vehicle. That's got to have hurt him. And the kill shot came in from our BP. So we're still one tank down on the enemy, and they are getting close. The AMX 12 tons actually managed to just ram kill our Type 64, but he gets taken out in return by our Hummel. So there's only 6 enemies left, but there's only 5 left on our team, and well, JuniorBritner's feeling a bit under pressure here because well, the enemy have tried their attempt down the hill and they failed as far as he can work out. But now it's up to him to help his teammates on the other side of the battlefield. They've been helping him. Now he has to try and help them and take out the others. The T-67's making its way up. There's a budgie over there somewhere and also an Excelsior just the other side of the railway tracks. Now if he gets too close to that Excelsior, he might auto detect him. I think he's fairly safe from the hill now because I don't know if there's anyone up there, but unfortunately that Hummel is about to get attacked by the T-67. He's outside range, but he still managed to shotgun the T-67, so that enemy is down, and that means now the scores are equal. There's 4 left on either side. We've got 3 Arty and a medium. They've got 2 Arty, a medium and a heavy. Unfortunately, the heavy is the Excelsior. The medium is a budgie. And they're pretty tough characters to take down. It's a tier 6 game with tier 5 tanks in it. Well, the good news is our Hummel has got 2 kills and he's headed south towards the enemy. Probably not a good idea. He's actually, I think he's moved, yeah, too far, and the Excelsior saw him and took him out. So now we've lost one. JuniorBritner's almost trying to move towards the enemy cap area, but he doesn't want to get too close. Oh, the Excelsior's been found. He is over the other side of the battlefield. Well, I suppose we could have guessed that from the fact that the Hummel got killed over there. Now lining up a shot. Can we get a shot? Shout out. Oh, close, but no cigar. And the unfortunate thing is now the next enemy that our guy's going to come up against, or that Excelsior's going to come up against, is the VP. Meanwhile, the Type T-34 has actually found the enemy VP right down the other end of the map. And he's turning to try and get his gun to bear on the Type T-34, but he's just circling around him. Rounds out. And a nice kill shot for JuniorBritner. Gets his first kill of the game. Unfortunately, our Fifi can't see the enemy because he's in a slight dip where he is. He has got very long view range, but, well, the Excelsior you can see is in the cap area, and the Fifi can't see him. There is, oh, it's a budgie in the cap circle. And he's firing towards the Fifi, and I think he's probably going to leave the cap to go after him. Grounds out. Oh, kill shot. Beautiful kill there. Lovely save there by JuniorBritner. The Excelsior's over on the other side of the map. Type T-34 went north to try and find him. Can we get a shot? Difficult because he keeps moving. Oh, I think that was a fire out of frustration more than anything else because he lost sight of the Excelsior. The Su-122A has been spotted down the other end of the map. And I had the feeling JuniorBritner's going to head down that area. Both got about the same view range actually. The SU-122A is, well, it's an Arty that wasn't actually produced. The SU-122 was, but not the A version, which is very much like the SU-76M. He's going looking for him. So JuniorBritner's pre-aimed just in case he's still in the same spot. The Excelsior's been spotted. And it looks like he's going after the Type T-34. He's certainly shooting at him. JuniorBritner's going to have a go. Lost sight of him. Type T-34 can't find the SU-122A. And JuniorBritner's decided to pull away from that bush because if he fired while he was in the bush, the Excelsior would probably see him. And okay, good, he's pulled back far enough that he can now see the Excelsior, who's taking shots at the Type T-34. 75mm gun. Rounds out. Good hit. 171. Looks like the Fifi had a go as well. Well, we've lost sight of him again. The Type T-34's got to worry about that SU-122A firing at him as well. Still can't see the Excelsior. Oh, there he is! He's in range. Okay, can we get a shot? Let it dial in. Work out where he's going to go. This is it. Line him up. Rounds out. Looks good. Oh, it was! 124. He's left him on a one shot. He's only 31 hit points left. But the Type T-34 is very low, and he was hit by the SU-122A, and the Excelsior kills him. Oh dear. So he did get hit by the SU-122A, but we didn't see where he was. The Fifis decided to come south, which is a really good idea because he really does need to be in this side of the map, not in the other. I have the feeling the Excelsior is going to go up the west side of the map, and if the Fifi comes down this end of the map, then he could sit in the cap area, and if the Excelsior gets close, he could spot him. Oh, now we've seen the Excelsior, and it was us who spotted him, and that's a beautiful shot. Virtually no time to aim, but he was in the right direction. He's fired that round off, took the Excelsior out. And that's made a major change in the battle now because it means that the SU-122A has to come. And oh, he's actually in the other end of the map. He was up the other end. And the Fifis found him. And he's turning to shoot. Well, it's about all he can do, really. Let it dial in. Let it settle. The SU-122A's fired his wad. Line him up. Rounds out. Just a little late, but he clipped him for 32. Oh, the Fifi! That SU-122A is about to complete his reload. He's going in for the face hug to shoot him right in the face. Round out. And another hit. This time for 185. The Fifi managed to get some ram damage. And he rams the SU-122A to death. So heavy tank against tank destroyer or self-propelled gun. And that's the end of that game. Well, JuniorBritner did say that it would be an exciting ending, and it was 2 Arty versus 1 at the end, thanks to his shot that took out the Excelsior. He managed to get a first-class tanker in that game for his artillery shots. He also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He managed to get 16 in total, but no other medals because I'm afraid, yes, he didn't get enough kills. He only got 3 kills in the entire game, but he did take out the Budgie, he took out the enemy Fifi, and he also got the Excelsior. Let's have a look at the team score and see where he stands. Well, the highest damage was actually done by our own Fifi. He got 2,234 hit points and got a high caliber for that one. The next highest damage in the game was the enemy Fifi with 2,041 hit points, but of course he was being circled by a Type T34 whilst JuniorBritner was dialing in on him to take him out the game. And the third highest damage was JuniorBritner13 with 1,694. When it came to kills, it was our Fifi who shared the top with their Excelsior. Both got 5 kills apiece. The enemy Fifi got 4 kills, and then we got JuniorBritner with 3. And when it came to base XP, it's, yes, our Fifi who does the best with 1,284. 862 goes to the Type 64, 836 to the Hummel, and then we've got JuniorBritner with 818. So he's 4th place on base XP. He fired 23 rounds in that game, got 10 direct hits and 12 penetrations, 22 splash, what am I saying? 1,694 hit points of damage, of which 1,663 were at more than 300 meters. So actually, he did hit one of the enemy at fairly close range. 8 enemy vehicles were damaged, 3 were killed, and 580 hit points of damage assistance. On a free-to-play account, he earned 22,897 credits, and after resupply of ammunition, took away 16,457 credits. There was no damage to the vehicle at all, so yes, he was still 100% health. 818 base XP and no multipliers, so that's all the experience points he took away. But it was an exciting ending because it was a total surprise that the SU-122A had actually gone all the way up the other end of the map. He must have taken or hit the Type T34 from a long way away with a fairly accurate shot to stun him the way he did and allow the Excelsior to get the kill shot. But it was a nice, very quick shot by JuniorBritner to take out that Excelsior, because he could have been a major problem to both of the Arty if they'd allowed him to live, because then they would have had to have gone to the cap and he could have snuck up in the bushes and shot at them using the bush mechanic to take them out the game. So I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.